Well, hey guys, how you doing today? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for being here. I wanted to do a short little video for you about my 3 top resonant viewing tips. I recently put some targets on the Opening Minds forum where you can go and get a new target every week to view, and I'll put the link below. And I realized, I put this forum up with these targets, but a lot of people haven't had any training in how to do this. So you're maybe just guessing at what it is. You don't know really what to follow. So I want to give you a couple tips if you haven't had any instruction that I found very helpful from my viewing experience. The first tip is stay low. And what I mean by that is, in terms of your descriptions of what you're getting from the target, keep it very low level. The low-level data, the more sensory or dimensionally based descriptions of what you're getting tend to be more accurate than the concepts. There are ways to get concepts about RV targets, but that's at a more intermediate level. But for the beginning, it's very important that you don't go too high level, I'm talking abstract and conceptual, about the target and in your target description. Keep it at a very low level in terms of sensory, sounds, smells, tastes, colors, contrast, things like that. And then shapes and patterns and sizes. Keep it as low level as you can, and it's more likely to be accurate. The low level information tends to be more right-brained, which is the part of your brain that is involved with the viewing process. Left brain tends to be more analytical. So in general, you want to stay more in terms of basic sensory and dimensional descriptions of the target. Just basic stuff rather than the concepts and the analysis. And those types of data tend to be more accurate. When you're separating out the signal from the noise, often in the noise is a lot of your own analysis. It may have something to do with the target, but we don't know exactly how. But the sensory data and the basic physical descriptions tend to be more accurate. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, don't move too slowly through the target. If you slow down too much when you're viewing, and this is true for most people, I should say, if you slow down too much, your analytical mind is going to be able to catch up, and it's going to start inventing things about the target. And so we have this thing called the 3-second rule. And the idea is that if you move too slowly and you let more than 3 seconds go by any particular point in the target when you're getting an impression, it's more likely that you're going to start imagining things that are there, inventing things, comparing things, right? So if you move quickly through the session and don't think about it so much, just write down your impressions as you get them, those will tend to be more accurate. And tip number 3 is something that I learned from the wonderful psychic Bevy Yeagers, who you might have seen on TV with the women psychics back, I think, a while back, when there were TV shows with psychics on them figuring out cases and so forth. Bevy always used to say, never second guess yourself. I was at a couple of her training seminars. She passed away, unfortunately, a couple of years ago. But she did give a couple seminars at some of these IRVA meetings. And her main point, it was psychometry, actually touching objects to get psychic information from them. Psychic, for lack of a better word, resonant information, as we would say, right? And Bevy always had this thing about never second guessing yourself. So whatever intuition you get, whatever impressions you get, don't sit there and wonder if it's true. Just write it down. I was doing a target with her once. She had us handle this paper bag of evidence from an arson case. And I just kept getting this image of an old car, a certain type of color or style. And I thought, oh man, I'm making this up. And she came over and she said, what are you getting? And I said, I'm just getting this car. She said, don't second guess yourself. That's exactly what they thought the getaway car was like. So there you go. So those are the 3 tips, which is stay low. Don't get too high and analytical with your data descriptions. Don't go too slowly. You're going to start making things up. And finally, never second guess yourself. Kind of have a little faith in the process. Whatever you get, write it down and keep moving on through the session until you're done. Sessions don't have to be long to be good. They can be very brief. Greg Kalajizik, who did his own ARV technique where he was both the viewer and the judge, had these very simple little mini sessions that he would do to look at targets in the future and his predictions. They weren't very complicated sessions. They're really simple, and simple sessions can really work. So anyway, those are my tips for you. I hope you enjoyed that. So thanks for watching. Be sure to visit the forum so you can get your target coordinates and give it a shot. Appreciate you being here, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care for now, and bye.